Hey guys, today is day 150 and we're looking at May the 30th today. Those of you doing the one-year Bible study with us, those section of scriptures we got 2 Samuel chapter 15 verse 23 through chapter 16 verse 23. And then we've got John chapter 18 verse 25 through 19 verse 22, Psalm 119 verse 113 through 128, and Proverbs chapter 16 verse 10 through 11. Today I want to look at this in 2 Samuel chapter 15, and I want to read verse 24 through 29. This section is really kind of sad. So we see towards the tail end of David's reign a lot of chaos start to build. The start of his reign was this weird deal where he was the anointed king, but Saul was the anointed and appointed king. That was as David was a kid. When Saul died, he came in and things seemed to be going very well. Well, then fast forward, we get towards the last half of King David's reign. By this point, David's sons are growing up. And David was a failure as a father. His own sons desired to kill him. It's that bad. Like, it's one thing, Dad, I hate you, and slam the bedroom door. It's another, Dad, I'm going to murder you. And like, there's different levels there. And so David, he messed up a lot. But he's still known as a man after God's own heart, because even when he made a mistake, he turned it around, apologized, repented, and turns to the Lord. Well, here we've got Absalom. That's one of David's sons, going and trying to undermine King David's authority. He goes to the city gates and he's trying to play nice and get this face with all the people so he can in turn go around, get an army together, kill his father, and take the throne. Now later we see another one of David's sons attempting to take the throne, and the battle between Absalom and him, not Absalom, Solomon and him for the throne, and it's just this messy deal. Wouldn't it be nice to have a king that's on the throne forever? You don't have to worry about any king ever trying to be greater than him, because he's the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. And one that never dies because he's eternal. Wouldn't that be great? If only somehow they didn't have an earthly king and they had a God king. Oh man. Yeah, they messed up. Well, today I want to look at 2 Samuel 15, 24 through 29. And Abiathar came up, and behold, Zadok came also with the Levites, bearing the ark of the covenant of God. And they set down the ark of God until the people had passed out of the city. Then the king said to Zadok, carry the ark of God back into the city. If I find favor in the eyes of the Lord, he will bring me back, and let me see both it and his dwelling place. But if he says, I have no pleasure in you, behold, here I am. Let him do to me what seems good to him. The king also said to Zadok the priest, are you not a seer? Go back to the city in peace with your two sons, Ahimaaz your son, and Jonathan the son of Abiathar. See, I will wait at the fords of the wilderness until word comes from you to inform me. So Zadok and Abiathar carried the ark of God back to Jerusalem, and they remained there. It's kind of a sad story. So Absalom's coming in with the army, and David leaves out the back door, and David has, as God's presence, the Ark of the Covenant with him. He's got the top priests there with him. But David says, I'm moving into a season right now of not having a solid throne. I'm moving into a wilderness season of my life that's going to be dangerous. But if the Lord is pleased with me, He'll bring me back and He'll restore me. It's very sad. David, though, desired the entire time that God would restore him and bring him back. Because he loved the Lord and loved the Lord's works and loved the ministry he had as a king. He just wanted to go back home. But he knew that he was in a different season right here. And he knew that not everybody for him would be there with him. Likewise, not everybody with him would be for him. But his strong desire is for the will of the Lord to be done. We each should desire God's restoration. Not just taking us back into past chapters or... No. But His restoration in our lives, in our hearts, where we sin. And our sin takes us to a dangerous place. And we need God's forgiveness and His healing and His restoration to bring us back to where we ought to be in Him, so we can do the things we ought to do for Him. That's where each of us should be, is where David is. This place of desiring God's restoration. May you and I each be restored in Him, in His time. Take care of yourselves.